In Community Council, which we call Capsule, we had a discussion a couple of weeks ago, and it came out of us processing the accreditation report that was published by the Board Pro Tem, which painted a fairly bleak future in terms of when Antioch College would reopen and when it would be able to award degrees and gain accreditation. I know that all the students who sit on Capsule were feeling that that date was so far in the future that it was not likely that they were going to be able to be part of that. It may be that things can change and some things could be accelerated, but it caused us to want to gift that first entering class of whatever year it is with objects and artifacts that we feel capture the soul of Antioch and also of NonStop, that they have some evidence of who we were in this long 155-year history and what we carry forward as the spirit and the heart. So we then imagined that a great vessel to collect these objects would be a suitcase. So we have a suitcase here, which is our time capsule, and we're still looking for a home for it. People wanted to bury the suitcase on campus. We may end up burying some keys and creating some mystery to find, the way to open this. But it felt like a really important symbol of how we could still connect with whatever this future college is and let them know what we carry in our heart. So I'm going to begin by putting in a DVD from last spring, the student speeches and songs, which ended with the Madonna tune that had us all up on our feet. So this is graduation '08. And I'm also going to gift a DVD that we made, which was the NonStop presentation to the 2008 Antioch alumni reunion, which really explains a lot of our history and has a lot of the eloquence from the executive collective, especially Hassan's words that helped to articulate what it was we hoped for this project. So if people have objects, we'd like for you to name what they are as you put them in.
So this is the big beautiful pizza recipe. It has the crust on the front, and on the back it has the sauce and some of our favorite combos. So.
I'm adding objects to the time capsule on behalf of Jean Gregrick, who was formerly the Associate Professor of Literature at Antioch College and is currently the NonStop faculty teaching Literature and Cultural Studies. And she wrote, "Submitted with Love for Antiochians of the Future," a used copy of Endgame by Samuel Beckett. Remarks written on the occasion of the acceptance of the Arthur Morgan Award in June 2008. The poem Into the Ark by Wisława Szymborska, a poem that she read at the 2008 Antioch College Commencement, and a copy of the letter that she wrote in defense of Antioch College for the Chronicle of Higher Education.
I just have a CD with some art and design by students and myself, because, hey, I may not be here, and as well as some speeches from last commencement, and Julie Gallagher's speech from the year before. And what else is on here? The brochures that we used to initiate this project, both the one that Jean Kay initiated and the one that came from the curriculum committee, and the NonStop Presents presentation to the alumni last June.
I'm going to put my Antioch heart in the suitcase. At Antioch, we all love to tag, and with over the last 2 years of Antioch, a new tag sort of emerged on campus, and everyone started drawing hearts everywhere. And then Chelsea and Corey, our community managers, and Rory, sort of ran with it and got us all Worry Stone hearts. And I begged and begged for someone to find an extra one, and I couldn't, but then I sort of thought it was perfect, so I'm giving my heart to NonStop.
I have a NonStop flag that I wrote on, and a copy of all the fall and spring schedule listing of all the courses that everyone participated in during the academic year.
Key to the front door, Mills Works.
I have a copy of the record for issue 10 of October 25th, 2007, or a proud 24 pages copy for when the Board of Trustees came. I have the Keene resolution on which I cried, and that was on my bedroom door since Keene. And I have a text that Levi Cowperwaith wrote and posted on Pulse during the toxic year.
I have a rock from my altar that I've been giving out as presents to folks that went through NonStop. One side says hope, and the other side says home.
Last fall, before I was actually a student of NonStop, right before I was a student of NonStop, a group of us went to the RNC, and we went flyering for NonStop, and we also marched in a march flying a NonStop flag. And this is a screenshot from a piece of media that was recorded, and you can actually see the NonStop flag and all the people marching. And I've carried this in my wallet since I've been here, and I'm gonna give it.
I wrote a letter to the new students from myself.
So this is sort of improvised, but a highlighter because everyone needs one here. And this is a photo book that I made for Elements, and it has some macro photos of on campus and around town.
I'm actually going to cheat because I forgot what I was going to bring, what I was going to put in, which are some newspaper articles about NonStop and a letter that Bob Devine and I co-wrote defending our students against attacks that they were toxic and bad people and stuff. So we're going to put those in before it gets buried, I hope, if we get a chance. So I'm going to cheat today and put in a copy of today's program.
Martha Graham said that choreography is like writing on water. And so you may not be able to see this CD of both Antioch College dance concerts and NonStop, but I'm putting it in.
It's an armband that Joseph, who was 5 years old at the time, wore at the protest, one of the first protests we had in town, marching on behalf of Antioch College. And he was so upset, he didn't know where he was going to go to college. So I'm going to contribute this to the bank.
What I was going to put in the time capsule is like still in the mail, but last fall I videotaped an SOPP presentation that was given to the alums when they came to visit, and I think that's an important thing to add to the new Antioch.